You're welcome back. You're watching Student Result System Part 4. So this is ASP.NET C# SQL Server project. So we are discussing like how we can make this project. So this is the first time you are watching this. Please watch the previous videos also. Therefore, you can learn how to make ASP.NET project with source code, and also you can able to download this project from our website. In today's class, let us understand how to get the connection string and then how to create the course page. First we'll do the login page, then we go to main page, that will create a course page and we can enter the data, so the data should go to the corresponding course table. So this is the first series of videos. This is the first one, part 1 introduction, part 2 database and table creation, and part 3 login creation. So therefore we have seen like how to make the login page. Now we're going to learn like how to validate the login value. So what are the values you enter? So you should cross verify in the database, and if they are matching, you should take to the next page. Then we learn like how to create the course page. Fine. So let's start with Visual Studio. So here are the videos. So this is the part 1, part 2, part 3. So if you go to Abilis Tutorials, if you click on videos, then you could able to see all the videos. Apart from this, we have different project videos also. So when you have time, so please browse them. Now I'll move on. So then here you can see that we already opened the project, what we already created in the previous classes. So in today's class, we need to create how to get the connection string, and then we need to check what are the data we enter here should be present in the database table or not. So here if you expand the data connections, you have a result database. If I expand this, then I have tables. So in that, this is the admin table. Now what are the user ID, password I enter? If I click login, you should go to this particular table and it should cross verify this particular user ID and password present in the table. But here you can see that if you open the table, show table data, to view the data you have to right click here and then see that nothing is there. So therefore what I'll do is I'll enter one admin, then admin. So we are inserted the data to the admin table because we don't have a separate form to enter this. Therefore I straight away enter the admin. Now if you enter admin, then you should go and cross verify. So it allow me to go to next page. Otherwise you should say so the password or the user ID wrong. Okay, and if you want to make this as a password character, like star has to come here. So for that there is a property called as a password here. Right, so here is a text mode actually. So in case of Visual C# desktop application, this is a password here, but here is a text mode. Okay, so you have to go to text mode. So here you need to select as a password. So once you select as a password, so here it will stars will come. So instead of the letters, so therefore you can only see the stars here. Right. So save this and let's run. So because here we selected admin login page, so straight away we'll go to admin login. So here you can see that I can type something. So if you type something here, so you'll have a star here. So when I click login, so you should verify this and then it should take me to the next page. Okay, I'll stop this. Now here is the button. So if you double click on the button, so it will take me to the code window. Now you can see button 1, click. So here we need to write the code. So before writing the code, so what you have to do is we need to use system.data.SQL client. So this is a namespace which is required to use the SQL server. Without that, you can't declare any of the SQL client variables. Also, using system dot so SQL client have 3 important components. One is SQL connection, SQL command, fine. So the second one is SQL command. And one more is SQL data reader. SQL data reader. So these three components are very important: SQL connection, SQL command, SQL data reader. So let's see how to use the SQL connection. SQL connection, then you can see the variable name CONN, that is equal to, so here I can write as new SQL connection. So this indicates that we want to declare a new connection. So here we need to provide the connection string. So how to get the connection string? To get the connection string, so here we already have data connections, we already have the database, and now when you select the database, if you go to properties, there is a connection string here. So we need to copy the complete thing here, okay, from the beginning to end. Copy this, and then here you put double quotes, then you have to paste it. Then what you have to do is, here it will take the complete path, D:, what are the folders and all, okay. Now because we already using the app data, so we can use the global environment variable. For that you have to use the piping, then you have to use data directory, and also wherever the single slash is there, you need to make double slash. So otherwise you have to use the @ in the beginning, then double quote, data source, local DB, and whatever you copied and you have to paste, and you need to remove the path, and instead of that you need to use the data directory / result database. So now you can see the result database.mdf is the database name. Now our connection string is ready. Next step, so here we can open the connection, CONN dot open. So open means we need to establish the connection. Then once the work is get over, we need to close the connection. So once you open it, and you need to close it. So if you open and if you try to open once again, it gives an error. Fine. So we have a connection string, SQL connections. We copied from the property and we pasted here, and you have double quotes here and all this. Okay. So next thing is we have opened the connection and we have closed the connection. Now let's check whether these things are working fine. So save the project. Now the project is already running here, so therefore I can just go here, right click, select the project, and then click here. So click next, admin login. You can see there is admin login here. So when you click the button, so there are no errors, means everything is fine. So this is working fine. Now we need to write SQL statement to connect to the database, to this particular table, and to verify what are the data you enter is correct or wrong. For that you have to use SQL command, that is cmd1. Okay, cmd1 is a variable name. So here you can say new SQL command, and here two parameters are important. One is the SQL statement. Here you can see string command text and the SQL connection. So both should be there here. So we can declare one more variable, string strvar. So that is equal to empty, and then put semicolon here. So this strvar I'm going to use here, strvar. Now it's empty, but we need to write the SQL statement there. And conn is a connection which is declared here, and it is already opened. Now when you have this SQL statement, it will go to this connection. So that means this is the connection, that is nothing but result database.mdf. Fine. So now what you can do is this strvar, that is equal to, you have to write select star from this is admin table, where, so what are the column names? So you should exactly match the column uname, so therefore it is a uname, that is equal to, first you have to put one single quote because this is the text value, therefore single quote, then the double quote. Now you can see this double quote is started here and it's end up here, and before that we have a one single quote. Then you have to use a plus mark. Plus mark is a concatenation, that means you can continue the next. So where is the value? So value is there in the text box 1, so therefore you need to select text box 1 dot text plus again double quote, again single quote, then you have to check the two values. One is username, other one is a password. Therefore, you have to use the and operators. Then again you need to check for p word. Okay, so the now p word is the second column. So p word, that is equal to single quote. So again same thing. Okay, so now plus, so this is the text box 2 dot text plus double quote single quote. Then at the end you need to give the semicolon. So why you have to write this statement? Select star from admin table. So this is the admin table where username is equal to textbox1 dot text and the password is equal to textbox2 dot text. So textbox1 and textbox2 are the name of this controls. So these are textbox1 and this is the textbox2. What are the entries you do? That we want to compare. The next step is SQL data reader. Let's call it as a DR1. That is equal to cmd1 dot execute reader. So now cmd1 means this one. So what is this cmd1? Is a SQL command. What is the command? That is select star from admin table where username is equal to textbox1 and password is equal to that. Where you should execute is execute with the connection. So what is connection? Connection is a connection string. You should connect to this database and in that this particular table and this column and this column. Okay, there is a logic here. Now if you can read the value, if dr1 dot read, that means if there is a record. When you say dr1 dot read means if there is a record. So what you want to do? So we want to take you to the next page. Else if there are no records matching that, then you have to give the message stating that this user ID password is not correct. For that you can use the message box. Now if I type message box, you can see there is no message box function here. So in order to get the message box function, you need to use the one more namespace here. That is using system.windows.forms. This is FORMS. So now it's an error. Using directive is unnecessary and it's not accepting. Show potential. Fine. So why is it is? Because we need to add this particular namespace. To add this, you have to go to project. Then you have to select the add references. So here you have the reference here. So now you have to search for system.windows. Now here you can see that there is a Windows, so .forms. Okay. Now you have to say OK. Then it will be added to our project. Now if you save this, okay, now again .forms. Okay, so we can rebuild it. So now it's still. Okay, selected here. Yeah, so now it's okay, it's accepted. Now we can use the message box. So therefore you can write message box. So now you see that message box will appear here. .show. So what is the message? The user ID or password is not correct. You can type whatever the message you want. Okay. So then put the semicolon here. So it's only say OK. Okay. Nothing else is done after that, because otherwise you need to use the exit. But here there is no code. So therefore we can show the message box and then we can stop it. Save this. Now you can come back to this. So reload the page and click login. Now you can see there is a message box. The user ID password is not correct. You can also check for empty. that we can do it later, right? So now if the record is present, what you have to do, so you have to use response dot redirect, so it will take to the next page. So what is the next page? So this is the admin main page dot axpx, then semicolon. So you need to create this page. So in order to create this page, you have to go to project, add new item, and then select the web form. So now it is a admin main page. Click add. Okay, so now you can see that it's empty. So as usual, what we can do, we can go to any of the default two, then we can copy this. Okay, you can redesign it as per your wish, there is no problem. So otherwise what happened, is already page is ready, we can copy and then you can paste it. So we'll get this, right? So now you can see admin main page, and this you don't require. Okay, so this is the admin main page, right? Now save this, save all these things. So we written the code response.redirect. That means if there is a user ID and password, it should take me to this particular page. Else it show me the message box. Right. So now we'll reload the page. Now we write admin. So some other text, login. So there is a message box stating that password is not correct. Now write admin only. Admin, click login. Now you can see that it will take to the admin main page. Now here you provide the options. Fine. So now what are the options are required? So that we need to provide here. And this link we need to take it out. And as we discussed already, we can change the fore color. Right. We can increase the font size and all we can do. Now again we require some more links. So for that what you can do is you can go to, I'll use the hyperlink. So presently you are using the link button, okay? So you can also use the hyperlink, or you can also use image button, or you can also use the button. Fine. So what we'll use the hyperlink or link button. So we'll use the link button again. So this is also link button. So therefore you can copy from this one only. Copy this. So we already know, like if you copy, that will paste it over there. So now what we can do is, so we just copy this. So make some space here and then paste it. So this is 1. So the link button 2. You can see that even HTML code is changed to link button 2. So one more, that is 3. Again one more, that is 4. So now what we can do is we can go back here in the properties, select 4, drag down, then select 3, drag down, then select 2, drag down. Right. So now here is the text. So this is the course details. So next here it is subject details. So next student details. Details are entries. So you can enter the student details here. So one more required for the marks. So therefore what you can do is we can copy this and then paste again. So that becomes 5. It sits above this one. So therefore what you have to do, go to properties, select 5 and then drag down. So here is the marks entry. So we created a menu here. So this is the admin page. Here are the options. This background will change again. Okay, fine. save this. Now you can come back to this and you can say enter. So all the links will come. Now you have to create the course details, and then you have to create a one more page: subject, student and marks. So 4 pages we need to create, and correspondingly the list is required, so therefore another 4 buttons we required. So we need to create the 4 buttons and then we need to enter the data. Fine. So that I'll show you in the next class. So keep watch and keep learn. Thank you.